Initiative. Critical to be an effective leader. Seize the day. Each day, each moment in time, each thought, each interaction with someone is the opportunity for initiative. And it could be something simple. It doesn't have to be this grand thing. You know, Mother Teresa has a wonderful quote where God doesn't care how successful you are. God cares about how faithful you are. How faithful you are. Initiative. There's a story of Joe Wilson, who later became a pastor, I think a Protestant pastor out in New York. When he was 12 years old, he was homeless with his mother, who was an alcoholic, and this was in St. Petersburg, Florida, I think in the late 60s. And they're at a park bench. His mom sat this 12-year-old boy on the park bench and said, "Stay here, I'll be back." Or, "Wait here, I can't do this any longer, wait here." And she left. I think this was on like a couple of days before Christmas Eve. This 12-year-old boy waited on this park bench for his alcoholic mother for 3 days, who never returned. Now picture that. You're 12 years old, you're homeless, you love your mom regardless if she's an alcoholic or not, and she tells you, "I can't take this anymore, sit here or wait here," and she leaves. And that 12-year-old boy sat there for 3 days, without food and water. How does this tie in with initiative? Well, the Christian man on the third day came by and took the initiative and went up to the kid and said these simple words, "Are you okay?" That's all he said to this boy, "Are you okay?" And this young man, Joe Wilson at the time, had a stuttering problem, and he's trying to explain to this Christian man who stopped for him that his mom left him, that he was waiting for his mom. And he's been out here for 3 days with no food. So a simple smile to someone, or holding the door, or a greeting of the day, or asking someone if you can help them, right? Could be a form of initiative. It could be as simple as that, and it could be a life-changing experience. And it was a life-changing experience for this young boy, Joe Wilson, because the gentleman that stopped for him and asked if he was okay was a Christian, and then later had Joe enrolled in a Christian camp, summer camp. Joe would later grow up, become a pastor, and have the biggest non-denominational Christian Sunday school in the inner cities of New York City. So a little simple initiative, you never know what it might grow to. You never know what it might grow to. And that's around us each and every day. Each and every day we have an opportunity to do something as simple as that. I reflect on a moment at work. I'm a trooper that works at one of the barracks, and I'm on the eve shift, and I see this lady approaching a vehicle. It looks like ready for a prostitution sale to happen. So I'm doing my law enforcement duties. I spin around, stop this lady, run the gentleman, see if there's any warrants. After I got done with him and basically reduced him to a quivering mass, after I got done with him, sent him on his way. And I spoke to this lady, explained to her that that she shouldn't be out here because she could harm herself with being kidnapped or raped or murdered, whatever the case may be. As I was talking to her, I got done running her and make sure she had no warrants and whatnot. She wasn't wanted. I noticed she had a miraculous medal hanging around her neck. And this happened, we were on a road, and right across the road was a monastery, a Dominican monastery. This was at night. And I asked her, I go, "Ma'am, are you Catholic?" And she went to go touch her miraculous medal, and she began to weep and just cried uncontrollably. So again, just a simple little initiative. I asked her something simple, "Are you Catholic?" And then I told her that God loves her. Went back in my cruiser, had a little prayer card with the Sacred Heart of Christ, got a couple of dollars, put it behind it, got out, and I told her, "Hey, I found this on the ground." I go, "I think this might be yours." And I handed her an image of Sacred Heart of Christ. She grabbed onto it and broke down and just started to cry. She was on her knees crying, holding my hand, and I felt uncomfortable. But again, just taking that simple initiative to help someone. That's around us each and every day. We can do that to somebody each and every day. That hello, a smile, you might be saving someone's life. They might be walking towards thoughts of suicide. Each and every day is a moment for initiative to help someone. Once we lose initiative, the tide of battle swings towards the enemy. We see a lot of people in our daily work life where they're constantly putting out fires. They're in this whirlwind of despair because they lack having a plan. They lack anticipating events. So the events control them. Events begin to control the actions of the leader rather than the leader's initiatives controlling the events. Leaders anticipate problems, identify solutions before the problems reach critical mass. Initiative in action is controlling the events surrounding your mission. When events control your every decision and action, you have lost the initiative, and defeat will follow in short order. So take the initiative, anticipate what it is that you're getting ready to do, what you anticipate your men to do, prepare them. So when the bad events happen, you're minimizing these bad events and you can manage what's going on around you. But that takes initiative and planning. Leaders do not stand by with idle hands. They are constantly in action, constantly working and constantly in thought with how to better accomplish the mission at hand. Leaders do not rest in thought or in action. This principle is crucial. Christ did not wait for the apostles to come to him, right? He didn't wait for the apostles to come to him. He sought them out and chose them. He took the initiative. During the agony of the garden, Jesus took the initiative with prayer while his apostles slept. This action and teachings of Jesus have forever changed the world. The shepherd came to save his sheep. Reflections and examination of conscience. Do you wait to be told to accomplish a necessary task? Does your lack of inaction create more obstacles? Do you find yourself overwhelmed by events? Initiative takes courage, foresight, and a willingness to act. And prayer. Dear Jesus, teach me to take action when necessary, to grant me the grace of understanding, to enlighten my mind with the light of your divine truth, to recognize every day, every moment, every interaction, and every thought as an opportunity to glorify your kingdom and your will. Dear Lord, teach me your initiative to simply and faithfully glorify your will.